Starting with news from Uganda, amid growing international concern about the recently concluded Uganda presidential election that saw three-decade incumbent Yoweri Museveni become the country's president again. Opposition leader Bobi Wine now says that he is worried for his life and has appealed for help.
We are run short of food supplies, but when my wife tried to go to our garden to pick food, she was assaulted by the military. The only practical plan now is to inform the world to see that fellow citizens of the world can help us.
Heavily armed military and police have barricaded the road to Bobi Wine's house. No one allowed to come in or go out, and the police spokesperson has claimed that the National Unity Platform office had been cordoned off for security reasons. No further details or clarification have been given yet. When Bobi Wine's lawyers and party officials tried to visit him, the police deployed outside restricted them.
We know that his home is not a detention center, and we know that it's a private property, so we're going to try to see how we can access it.
Meanwhile, in a fresh twist, Uganda's government spokesman came forward today to accuse the United States of trying to subvert last week's presidential elections after its ambassador Natalie E. Brown attempted to visit opposition leader Bobi Wine, who is under house arrest. And United States had earlier condemned the results, calling for an investigation into fraud reports and other concerns over the electoral process. And now for more on this, WION's correspondent Isabel Nakirial is joining us live from Kampala. Thank you so much for joining us. What can you tell us about the situation on ground right now?
Thank you so much. The situation on ground has not yet changed much. Bobi Wine, of course, still remains under house arrest. His house is heavily surrounded by the military and the police. Of course, the security chiefs have addressed the press, and they say that the security deployment at Bobi Wine's house is just to, to give him enough security, but also they say that there are plans by his National Unity Platform to stage protests in the city, and they will not allow that. And of course, his party says they want to challenge his illegal detention. Of course, Bobi Wine says his National Unity Platform party headquarters in Kampala has been surrounded by the military and police, and of course the party was trying to challenge his election defeat in court, and time is running out for them, because in Uganda it's about 15 days from the day elections are announced for them to take the petition to court, and they can't do this because they can't access Bobi Wine and their party headquarters. They say some of the documents has also been taken away by security. The US and the European Union also have called for an investigation into election fraud, and yes.
All right, I was just going to come to that actually. Uganda's government spokesperson also said that they accused the United States of trying to subvert last week's presidential election. What can you tell us about that?
Of course, the integrity of the elections in Uganda is questionable. It's questionable because of the heavy deployment. The US and the EU that did not observe the elections, because they say that the Electoral Commission did not give accreditation to their members, say that the election, of course, needs to be investigated because there are elements of fraud that were reported in the western part of Uganda. Bobi Wine, of course, says his voting agents at the polling stations were also arrested, and some of them were beaten up and were not allowed to witness the counting of the vote. And an election where there is an internet shutdown is also questionable. They say they wonder how the Electoral Commission could have tallied the results without internet, but the Electoral Commission says they have their way out. Some people say that some of the polling agents, the polling stations were calling the tally center to relay the results, and those are questionable.
Okay. All right, Isabel Nikirial, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.